Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the personal channel for A.W. Finnegan, the author of The Sleeper Agent, The Rise of Lyme Disease, Chronic Illness, and the Great Imitator Antigens of Biological Warfare. Well, I am having a great week. Everything is going fantastic so far. In the beginning of April, we are at. I am doing this video to tell you about a new timeline that I have just published up on my website. And basically this is the timeline that goes over the entirety of Erich Traub's work. All of his published research you will find on that timeline. You will see a brief summary of each paper. You will see all of the major events that occurred while he was alive, and in that timeline I go over the details surrounding the weaponization and unleashing of Lyme disease as a biological weapon. And so it's very important. It's very critical work. It shows a lot of important things that are entirely relevant to this whole story. It is such a good timeline. I've been really excited about this. I've been wanting to put this out for a long time, and I finally was able to publish it tonight. So I've also got links to a lot of his papers, and what I'm going to do, they aren't up yet, but I'm going to go one by one through all of my translations of his German papers, and I'm going to publish them. When I go through each one, I'm going to make sure they're all up to date and no errors and things like that. And I'm going to include the English translations of all of his German papers, and I will also include the German, the original German, for people that also want to see that. So I've got this timeline, and I'm also thinking I will probably put out a couple timelines. I think I will also publish a timeline just about Lyme disease. So it can kind of, so we can get these down to like very relevant things. We can look at the timeline of Lyme disease, and then of course this one shows you the timeline of Erich Traub's life, his entire career, and all things relevant to him. And then if I can think of other timelines to do, I will do those. But this is a damn good start. So I've been doing interviews constantly since I published my book. And in the last month, I was able to appear on Coast to Coast AM with Richard Searett. And of course, I had a huge jump in website traffic, and things have been going really great since. I also made a new friend with Miriam Hanine. She is an exceptional journalist. She's done exceptional work, and it's really great to know her. It's really great. She did a documentary years ago called Vanishing of the Bees, which was about the dwindling of the bee populations. And of course, I grew up with, my mom we had a beehive where I was growing up in Grafton, Massachusetts. We had a beehive, and we used to process the honey every year. So it was really interesting to meet her, and it was really interesting to see some of her work. And she's also got a really amazing book that she's working on. So I was really happy to make friends with her and to be talking to her. I've also been, so that Coast to Coast AM appearance went really great, and I've been having like several interviews a week, I would say, so far. The book actually got to number 2. I think it probably hit number 1 on the day that I was on Coast to Coast, but I forgot to check. But the next day after that, I checked and it was at number 2. So I had, The Sleeper Agent had reached number 2 on the Amazon bestsellers for my category, which was chemical and biological warfare history. So that's really great. Things had just been going so well, and very, very awesome. And I've got plenty of more interviews lined up. But I wanted to just quickly publish this video to tell everybody about the Erich Traub timeline at my site, thesleeperagent.com. I will leave a link to that timeline in the description box. Please, everybody, if you can, check it out. It is amazing work, and it really kind of summarizes his entire life without having to read a whole book. You can see all of his published work, and you can see some of the important things in his life on this timeline. And that's about it. So with that said, everybody take care of yourself, be yourself, build yourself, and I will see you on the other side.